What's going on, guys? I'm Alan and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to say a quick thank you to all of you for helping the channel hit 100 subscribers. I know this channel is still really small. I'm not in denial about that or anything. But over the next few years, I do plan to keep making videos, and hopefully this channel can be something that grows over time, over several years, kind of a long-term project. So we're just going to have kind of a sort of fun little relaxed video here. It's not scripted at all. Thought I'd show you guys around our property. That is something that I haven't done before. Just kind of let you guys see our land. We have about a little over 3 acres here, about 3.5 acres. I'll show you guys just kind of a little quick tour here. Let's go ahead and get started. So I think we're going to do this in kind of like a counterclockwise motion. So we'll check out all the property down here, then we'll work our way around the back, and then we'll come back up this way and try to show you guys everything that's going on. So here's just the driveway, nothing too exciting here. Alright, let's stop here for a second. So yeah, we have the driveway, and then whenever it rains really hard, water kind of comes down through here, goes underneath this little culvert that goes down, runs out the other side. Yeah, so there's that. This hillside also really stinks to weed eat and mow. Probably the hardest part of the whole property to mow. Got the burn pile down there. First part of this tour may not be too exciting. Actually, I don't know if any of the tour is really going to be exciting. It's not that amazing of a property. Got a swing for our daughter over there. Let's go check that out real quick. I'll try to link some of this stuff down in the description too, I guess, in case you guys are interested. So yeah, we got this one of these big circular swings, and that's just hanging up with a giant tow strap that's, probably overkill, but it's there, and then a giant carabiner there to give you an idea. That's my hand. That thing's about the size of my hand. Okay, and of course there's the house. It's pretty small, about 1,100 square feet. 3 bedrooms, nothing too fancy, but for a starter home, it is not bad at all. We won't go inside the house today, but if you guys want a house tour, I guess let me know. There's the propane tank that I did the very first video on. Let's stop there for a second too. Also, Hughes Net Internet satellite. We don't use that anymore. It's just still there, and we haven't taken it down. Now we're actually using Verizon, Verizon LTE Internet. I made a video about that too. I'll link that down in the description. So that's just old. We actually need to tear that out. All right, let's go in the shop. We'll show you guys that real quick. Okay, so here's the shop. This is actually bigger than our house is. It is 1,600 square feet, so it's pretty massive. It's kind of a complete disaster right now. Whenever we moved in here, we didn't really know exactly what we were going to do with this shop, so we didn't set up shelves or anything. So it's just kind of a mess. We have, sort of a recycling area over here, so all that cardboard will be recycled. All the lawnmower stuff kind of hangs out here. We've got the weed eater and the Cub Cadet. You guys have seen a few videos about that. Little, what's that, Troy-built push mower. So yeah, we need to at some point come in here, throw away a bunch of stuff, build some shelves to store all these totes on. Most of this is like seasonal stuff, like Christmas trees, Christmas decorations, that sort of thing that you do want to keep, but you don't necessarily need access to it all the time. So we need to build some shelves for that. We have a canoe over here. I will be making a video about this canoe at some point because I'm hoping to get a canoe trailer and also a trolling motor sort of set up for this canoe. So at some point you guys will see that in a video. I'm not going to uncover it right now, but it's pretty big. Has a square back on it. You can sort of tell from here. There's a giant spider right there. Yeah, it has a square back on it, so you can put a trolling motor on it pretty easily. That'll be a fun video. It's actually one I've been wanting to make for a couple years now. Okay, that's pretty much it for the shop. An old refrigerator over here that we use to store the chicken food in. Okay, let's take off over here. And if there's anything you guys want to see a video about, let me know down in the comments. This channel can be a little bit random. I sort of just make a video about whatever we're working on at the time. We can stop here for a second. We have a old well pump. I'll go down and show you guys the well here in a minute, but we're actually going to make a video about that too. Our well is messed up right now, so we got to replace the well pump basically. Here's the back side. Also, whenever it rains, water comes down here, runs into the shop, across the shop floor. So we really need to get some gutters on this at some point, and probably maybe dig a French drain or some type of drainage. So if we ever do that, again, I'll film it. You guys will get to see that. We'd like to put a garage door on that shop eventually too. Possibly. Not totally sure. Alright, now this area of the property we actually cleared a few years ago. This used to all kind of have like small trees and stuff. During a storm a while back, this has been laying here for a while, we had a bunch of trees fall over. I did take the DeWalt, that pole saw, if you guys saw the video I made about that. I cut off a bunch of this. This was like, all the way out here. I cut what I could with the pole saw, and I still need to do the same thing on the other side. I'm actually planning to get a chainsaw. I'm going to try to cut the rest of this up. So, I'll make a video about that whenever I do get the chainsaw. These were pretty big trees. I talked to a few local sawmills to see if they wanted them, and they said they didn't really care about them, so I just left them laying there. We won't walk any further back in here, but our property goes, I don't know, I see that tree right there. It goes about to right there-ish, and then goes on down, all the way down here, and we'll walk down here, at least to what we can get to. This area that we cleared off is pretty nice. My wife kind of wants to clear off the rest of it, but it's just so much to keep mowed if we do. It's a constant thing we talk about. Okay, I made a little trail down here. To give you reference, our house is over there, so we're kind of behind the house here. Alright, so let's stop for a second right here. This building used to be an old chicken coop. We didn't build that or anything. It was just on the property whenever we bought it. Now it pretty much just needs torn down. There may be some stuff you could salvage there, like the has a tin roof. We could salvage some of that probably. But pretty much right now it's a home to like vultures. Occasionally we'll have birds go in there, make nests. I haven't seen any in a while, but when we first moved in there were some vultures living in there. Groundhogs like to dig out underneath it. They sort of live around it. So yeah, it really just needs torn down. If you guys want to go up and look in it, you probably do. I guess let's go up there. There might be something living in here. Not entirely sure. Sorry, there's spider webs everywhere. Trying to avoid them as much as I can. Okay. There it is, to give you an idea. Don't see anything living in there from here. Alright, that's enough of that. I really don't want to go in there. Alright, we'll continue on down the trail here. I'll stop over here for a minute. Spider web, sorry. Jeez. Spider webs everywhere. You guys probably can't see them on the camera, but I'm running right through them. So here we have a little storm shelter. Our neighbor actually just helped us out with this a few weeks ago. Sorry, there's a bug there. This was all kind of like built up, like there was dirt up to like right here. He came in here with his excavator, dug a lot of this out, so now this thing can drain. It just rained pretty hard last night, so there is some water in there right now. But usually it has been dry since he dug that up. This will probably be another project that we'll do at some point. We obviously need to put a new door on here. The door rotted out and fell off, so we need to reframe that up, put a new door on here. We also need to seal this thing, so I don't know how well you can really seal it without like digging all the dirt from around it and everything, but we'll probably just do our best to kind of put some sort of paint or something over it that'll help seal it. There's some primer, probably seal the floor as well, just to keep some of that moisture out of there. So you guys will probably see more of that at some point, depending on how long we live in this house. I don't know how many of these things we'll do before we move or add on, or who knows. Anything could happen. So down here there's also a bunch of really big trees. There are some big walnut trees down here. Also some dogwood trees here too. Alright, now down here is the creepiest part of the property. This is the well house. So there is a well down here, and there's a line that runs all the way through here. We'll go up here in a minute, up to that building that we call the Stinky Shack. That's what the entire channel is named after. Yeah, there's a water line that runs all the way up there, and there's a little faucet on the side of the Stinky Shack where that water comes out. And this well needs work, so we will work on that project at some point. I think I've already listed off about 5 or 6 projects that we need to do. Okay, so here's the well house. This thing is absolutely terrifying. Quick story real fast. One time whenever we kind of first moved in here and we were cleaning this out, there was like some old stuff down here, like a workbench and stuff. Just kind of some trash that just needed taken out of there and thrown away and burned. So we were cleaning that out. I had went to dump some stuff on the burn pile, had came back, and my wife was in here waiting for me, and I didn't know she was in there. She had like a hood on and her hair down in her face. So whenever I opened that door, she was just standing there and scared me half to death. It's one of her favorite stories. Alright, let's open this thing up. All sorts of stuff lives in here. If you can't tell, I don't like bugs. You can hear the crickets jumping around in here. Big old spider on the ceiling. Yeah, so here's the well house. There's the, I don't know what you call that thing, tank, I guess. Yeah, and here's where the well pump is supposed to go, so once we get a new one, we're going to replace that. So hopefully before the end of the year, we'll get this thing rolling up again. Really need to do it before the winter so everything doesn't freeze up. So yeah, we'll have a well project coming up as well. That's punny. And again, the property goes on back there just a little bit, but yeah, it's very heavily wooded. You can't really walk through it, so at least not right now. During the winter, you probably could. And then our neighbor's driveway is right here. So basically, our property line runs all the way down straight that way. Okay, we will continue on up this. Also, you guys can see this hillside here is pretty steep. So, I mean, basically there's like a point up there where it's the yard, and then this whole part we don't use because it's just pretty steep, and I don't really know what you do with it anyway, so just leave it wooded for now. If you tore all those trees down, you just have to mow it anyway, so no reason to create extra work. And it's kind of nice to have like a privacy barrier between us and the road. Okay, let's walk up here by the house for a minute. Also, if you're wondering, I am mostly recovered from my hernia surgery. Not completely. I can't like lift anything super heavy or anything. That's part of why I'm making this just kind of chill video today, just showing you guys around, because I'm not quite able to work on a bunch of things yet. So yeah, there's the house. I was going to talk to you guys about this little setup here for a second. So this actually came from one of our friends. We got this for free. We're going to be working on it some over the next couple of months, or weeks, I guess. So we got some new chains for this one. You guys can see that. They're just kind of gross looking, torn down there. So we got some new chains that are kind of similar to this, just to make that look a little bit better. Then we have the slide over here. It's in pretty good shape. I mean, we got this whole thing for free, so we didn't do too bad. The slide does have a crack right here. So actually what we're going to do, we ordered a new slide, and it's going to be a little bit bigger than this one. It's going to be about 10 feet long, and this will be another project on the channel. We're going to build basically like a little platform, probably with a ladder, and we may move all this somewhere else in the yard, but it'll be a little ladder that comes up basically just like this, except a bigger slide, and it won't have that crack in it, so hopefully it'll be a little bit more stable. This thing isn't too bad, but it's a little rickety. As our daughter gets older, probably don't want her using that too much longer. Sorry, I realized I forgot something. I'll walk over here. I forgot about the chickens. My wife would have killed me if I would have left this out of our tour. So, yeah, here's our chicken coop. I did not help build this really. My father-in-law and his dad built this. Don't ask me the chickens' names. I don't really know all of them. We have, I think, 7 chickens. I'll let you guys see them real quick. Chickens are popular on YouTube. Guess I can go ahead and let them out too. Our big chicken there, though, the rooster, his name is Mr. Ma'am, because we actually thought that was a girl chicken, or a hen, I guess you call them, whenever we first got him. But yeah, it turned out to be a rooster. Just one rooster, and then I think 7 hens. So we have 8 chickens. Yeah, 8 chickens altogether. There's one up there in the box, if you guys can see it, laying an egg. But they provide enough eggs for us, and then we do sell some eggs, maybe like a dozen every 2 weeks or week, somewhere around there. Don't sell a ton. There's the chicken coop. And let them out. They're much happier whenever they get to run around. Alright, let's go over here to the Stanky Shack. So, whenever I made my first video for this channel, we did talk about, we were thinking about renovating this thing and turning it into like a kind of home office and library for my wife, so she would have just kind of her own space out here. Not entirely sure if we're going to do that. We're kind of going back and forth between several ideas. We're also thinking about just kind of totally redoing this thing and turning it into a new chicken coop. Just because, that one, it's fine, but this would be a little bit bigger, and she could kind of, extend some fences around it and make a bigger run area. So there's also that idea. Not entirely sure what we're going to do with it, but it'll be there when we're ready at some point if we mess with it. I just let the dog inside because he was burning up out here, but yeah, here's the backyard. Our dog's name is Capo, named after like a guitar capo. He's a black lab. He's a good dog. He's about 5 years old now. Also, you guys can stop there for a second. That is his dog palace, dog house that our brother-in-law built for him. My brother-in-law, not our brother-in-law. Not a whole lot going on back here. Again, just some trees, land. Nothing too exciting. There's really not too much else that's very exciting. My wife does hang a hammock between this tree and that one, so you guys can see those straps there. Yeah, it's really quiet out here. You guys can hear a mower going right now, but a lot of the time it's pretty quiet out here and very chill. Okay, we're walking, give you an idea, that was where we started, so we went all the way around. Now we're coming back up here. Burn pile is where we put all the brush. This area right here, it doesn't look like it on camera, but this is a pretty steep hill right here, and also a pretty steep hill right here. So you do have to be pretty careful whenever you mow all this. And this does take a while to mow. It takes about an hour and a half to do the riding mowing, and then if you push mow and weed eat, about another hour and a half. So it's about a 3-hour job if you're doing it by yourself. Okay, so we're back up here at the top of the property. There is not much going on up here, just kind of a little flat spot. I'll show you guys. That's pretty much it. You guys can just see this just kind of rounds off up here. So as you can see, even though it's only 3.5 acres, it's very hilly. Between here and here, it's a crazy elevation change. It's real fun to throw disc golf discs out here, though. You need to build a little course out here. It'd be fun. Alright, I think that's it. Well guys, thanks for coming and hanging out, watching this quick tour video. Again, thank you for the 100 subscribers. Really trying to get to 1,000 is kind of the next goal, so we'll try to get this channel to 1,000 as quickly as we can. One cool thing about this channel too, I meant to mention this earlier, Used to whenever something would break or I'd be working on something, it's just kind of annoying. It's like, oh, I got to do that, I got to fix this thing that broke. But now since starting this channel, it's kind of like it gives a little bit of a positive side to it. Whenever something breaks, it's like, oh, I can make a video about that. So it's kind of cool. It also kind of helps me slow down and sort of enjoy each thing that I'm doing whenever I'm working on something. I actually enjoy it a little bit more now because I'm kind of also making a video, which, I don't know, just makes it more fun. Yeah, aiming for 1,000 subscribers. Maybe we can hit that in the next year or so, something like that. But thanks for helping us hit 100. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.